Hey everyone, it's Lauren with XGRiD Campers. In today's video, we're going to show you a couple setups for using the EcoFlow Wave with an off-road or overlanding camper. Now we see these setups being done a lot with vans, and they're sitting inside, but in sometimes these smaller off-road trailers, you don't have the ability to put this unit on the inside of a cabin. So today's video, we're going to show you how to use it in an Annex like we have here, or also externally and pipe in the cold air. Let's take a look. So for today, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the EcoFlow Wave with the AOR Sierra. The Sierra is a trailer that we import from Australia. It's built there, it's 100% dust proof, super rugged, very, very capable. It comes in at about 2,300 pounds dry, and it has 52 gallons of water. You can get solar on it, 300 amp hours of lithium batteries, expandable up to 600 amp hours, so tons of capability. But what happens sometimes is people want a little more comfort. They want to have the option to have an air conditioner unit. So this EcoFlow Wave is providing us some capability for that without putting a rooftop mount up on top if you want to use it for solar. For the AOR Sierra, this one is set up right now with the Bush Company 270 awning. We use the right side awning on the left side, facing it forward. So what's nice about this is around the front of the kitchen and the drop area, we have plenty of room underneath this section of the awning. Normally this would be closed off, you're opened up to the elements, but now if you put the wall kits on, you have a lot of space under the awning. On the rear of this trailer, we actually have a pod room, so that's why we don't need the 270 to extend across the rear. On the front of the trailer, we have the Dometic CFX 75 dual zone fridge, a nice prep tray that pops down. So you have a lot of space for prepping larger meals and cooking for that family. We're using the Cook Partner 18-inch dual burner stove. This is a nice high volume, high intensity stove, 10,000 BTU burners. We go straight to the propane tank. The Sierra is also set up with a lot of storage. So the side galley gives you plenty of room to put all of your cookware, all of your pantry items, nice deep storage for long utensils. We have hot and cold water running to the sink. This is powered by the Truma diesel combi unit. And again, more storage on the side, all with locking latches for all your kitchen gear. Now, one of the popular components of the AOR Sierra is this rear annex room. And that's what I wanted to show you. So if you have an off-road or overlanding trailer with maybe a side annex or an area that you can enclose or put in an air conditioner, this would be a similar setup for you, all right? If you do have space inside the cabin, then you can mount this AC just as you would with a van. But in a situation like this, we don't have enough room inside the cabin to put the AC, so we're gonna use the Annex. Okay, so now we're inside the Annex, and this is set up right now to cool the Annex room. And so what's happening here is your output of the cool air is coming out of the front of the EcoFlow. This top duct is actually your exhaust, so it's warm. This is exhausting the hot air. So we need that to extend outside the Annex. So in this situation, it's really easy. All we have to do is zip up the door around it, and that'll get that hot air out. Now with typical van setups, you're gonna have also this intake. And so when the unit is sitting inside a hard-sided vehicle such as a van, you need the intake and the exhaust going out through the window or through the port setups that they give you. With an annex room like this, there's enough airflow here. We're not gonna use this. We can actually take this off and we can actually pull in the air from around the annex. Makes it a little bit easier to set up, okay? Now, this is gonna be really nice to cool this annex room. We got the door open in the cabin, and so it's gonna naturally flow in there. And so if you wanna cool the cabin, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna circulate around here. But if you do wanna cool the cabin specifically, and you don't need to cool this air out here, what you can do is get a second 5-inch duct from EcoFlow and use this on the front. And so what this is gonna allow us to do is exhaust out the hot air and direct the cool air to where we wanna go. So we'll hook this on right now. Now this duct extends out quite a bit. And so we're gonna pull this out. And for this trailer, we've installed a 5-inch marine deck plate. And so this is a waterproof, dustproof seal, closes up really nice and tight, allows us to open this up, and now we can run our duct hose into the cabin. Now you can see with this hose, it's plenty long, gives you a lot of space, it really accordions out. And then in this trailer, we're using the ladder right off the back here to get into the cabin. So now when we close the door, you have cold air going into the hard-sided cabin with the unit sitting out in the annex. So on the inside of the cabin, we have a 5-inch flange. So that's gonna cover up the interior of that and kind of close in the intersection of the wall. With the duct here, it gives us plenty of room where we can move this around, we can point it up, we can point it down. And again, really easy to remove, pull out, and then insert in our deck plate again, close it all off. Now, the EcoFlow does have its own built-in battery, so it's really nice to run. I think it runs about 5 hours or so off that battery. But with an overlanding trailer, sometimes you need to recharge your battery while you're on the road. And so what we've done on the AOR Sierra is set this up from the inverter. So this is running 300 amp hours of lithium batteries with a 2000 watt inverter. And we've run a port, a plug-in, right to the side of the camper over here. So that allows us to charge the AC using the inverter power off the trailer. Okay, so if you run out of power on the built-in battery, you can then recharge the EcoFlow battery using the inverter off the trailer. Now, it does pull a lot of power when you're doing that. And so you really need to be aware of how much capacity you need and what you have available. We have 440 watts of solar on the roof. We have a 30 amp DC to DC charger, and we're starting with 300 amp hours of lithium batteries. But if you're gonna run this for long periods of time, you might need to go to 500 or 600 amp hours lithium batteries if you wanna get really extended time off grid running that AC unit. Now, the nice thing about the AOR Sierra is we've got great storage for this unit as well. And so on the front of the cabin here, we have a nice deep storage cabinet, and we've built in a secondary plug so that the AC can be charged while driving, again, off the inverter. So there is the EcoFlow Wave 2 with the AOR Sierra. Now, there's a ton of options for how to do these setups. So if you have any questions on how to run off-grid AC, either mounted or with a portable unit such as the EcoFlow, please give us a call. Check us out at XGRiDcampers.com. We have 2 locations, one in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll see you soon.